When talking about health shares, I have to be very careful with my words. There are certain terms I can't use because they're tied to insurance, and health shares are not insurance. And using insurance terms like coverage, premium, or deductible could make people think they work the same way as traditional insurance plans when they don't. And that's a big deal because health shares don't have the same legal obligations as insurance companies, and misleading language could cause confusion. So a lot of people call health shares Christian insurance, but that's actually not an accurate or legal way to describe them. Even though many, not all, health shares are faith-based and require members to follow certain Christian principles, they are not insurance and can't be marketed or described as such. The problem is when people hear Christian insurance, they assume it works like a faith-based insurance policy with legal guarantees and regulatory protections, when in reality, it's a voluntary sharing community. That's why I always make it clear. Christian health shares are Christian-based medical cost sharing organizations, not insurance. I know that's a mouthful, but instead of calling them Christian insurance, I say a faith-based or Christian health share membership, a Christian community that helps with medical expenses, or I just simply say a health share. Using the right language helps avoid confusion and keeps everything legally accurate. So next, I can't say the word deductible. With a health share, members have what's called a member responsibility amount or initial unshareable amount or IUA. Okay, while the names may be called something different depending on your health share, they all refer to the amount that you pay before the health share will start sharing in your medical expenses. So the way it works is pretty simple. If a medical event happens, you pay the agreed upon amount first, and after that, the health share community steps in to share the rest based on the membership guidelines. One important thing to know is that choosing a higher member responsibility amount usually means a lower monthly contribution because you're agreeing to be responsible for a larger amount before sharing kicks in. So I can't say monthly premium or premium. Health share members have what's called a monthly contribution. This contribution goes directly into the community fund to help share in eligible medical needs of other members. The amount you contribute depends on your membership level and the responsibility amount that you choose. This provides a way for health share members to participate in a community of people helping each other with medical expenses. Okay guys, I can't say claim. If a health share member has a medical expense they'd like to submit for sharing, they need to submit what's called a need. A need is simply a request for the health share community to assist with medical expenses. So once submitted, the health share reviews the need based on the membership guidelines to determine if it qualifies for sharing. Each health share has different rules on what's shareable and how needs are processed, so reviewing the guidelines is key. Okay, I can't say covered or coverage or anything close to that. This is one of the important distinctions. Health shares do not cover anything because they're not insurance. That's an insurance term. Instead, they share in eligible medical needs. So if someone asks me, hey, is this covered? I always say they don't cover anything, or I'll say, well, is this eligible for sharing? It's going to depend on the membership guidelines. In other words, if a medical expense qualifies based on the guidelines and the member has met their member responsibility amount, the health share community steps in to share that need. It's a language shift, but it makes a big difference in helping people understand what to expect with health shares. So I can't use the term explanation of benefits. Health shares provide member guidelines to determine what is eligible for sharing, and each health share has its own set of rules about what's included. The member guidelines provides details on what's shareable, what's not, and how everything works. Now, since every health share is different, it's important to review these guidelines before joining, so you know exactly what to expect. Okay, so I can't say the word catastrophic when describing health shares, and I know a lot of people do, but me, who's an advocate for health shares, I can't use that word. Catastrophic coverage is a specific insurance term for a type of high deductible insurance plan. Health shares are not insurance, and calling them catastrophic could make people think they work the same way. There is one health share that I know of that offers something called a catastrophic plan, but they include clear disclaimers stating that they are not insurance and explain exactly how their health share works to try to avoid confusion. To stay legally accurate, I and most health shares avoid the word catastrophic altogether. Instead, I say health shares help with large unexpected medical expenses, or health shares provide a community-based way to handle major medical costs. The key takeaway, health shares can help with eligible large medical needs, but they don't guarantee or legally guarantee coverage like an insurance plan would. So you might be wondering, why does it matter if I say covered or catastrophic? The answer is just simply clarity and transparency. Health shares aren't insurance, and using insurance terms could make people think they work the same way, or worse, that a health share is insurance when it's clearly not. And honestly, that might be the best part of a health share. As a health share member, I love knowing that my monthly contribution goes directly towards helping people with real medical expenses. So not just adding to an insurance company's profits. Now, that makes health shares different, and why I have to make sure that I use my words very carefully when describing them. If you want to learn more about health shares, make sure to subscribe and check out my free guide, the Health Share Guide and Essential Checklist. It's got everything you need to know before joining, and you can find the link right below this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.